Namaskar. We are having a glimpse of Dnyaneshwari, Geeta, and today happens to be the 25th verse, the Shlok of Geeta, 3rd chapter, up to 29th. Okay? Saktah karmane vidvanso yatha kurvanti bharata kuryat vidvans tatha asakta chikushu lokasangraham. Okay? It means, hey Arjun, you see, those who are vidvans, who are knowledgeable people, they do the work without expecting anything from it, but they try their best and they devote fully to that work. Now, the person who happens to be trying to gather the people for a good cause, he should also be not attached to the to the result, or getting work done this way or that way or that way. He wants to get the work done positively, that is sure, but he should not expect that every time he'll get the desired result. Maybe some mistake may happen by someone and something may happen, so you should be broad-minded as well. But at the same time, you should remember that you are devoting your work towards the God. And when you are devoting yourself, you become Yujinjati Yogi, you have become Bhakta, you become so much devoted that you have become one unison with the God. And then if the people are coming together towards that same goal, then what happens? That they also slowly become a realized soul. And that kind of gathering of people, that kind of leadership is known as the real leader. The leader who is expecting money, expecting power, expecting this, expecting in that something, and then he wants to be sitting on the head of those people or something like that. It is not leadership. It is not a lokasangra. It is not friendship. It is not a real meeting of the people. The real meeting is like this. That meeting of people who are expecting to be living on the path of Paramartha, living that life and creating a heaven on earth, as if that much so many things are there. So if you happen to be a realized soul, you will do all the work without expecting any return from it. But you are fully devoting it and doing better work than anybody else. But still you are not expecting anything. देखिए, फड़ाश चिया आशा आचरे कामों को जैसा कर्मी भरू हुआ तैसा निराशाही. Fully devoted, like a person is saying, I shall study hard. This is the way people. I shall study hard and I shall gain 100% marks. Okay, it may happen that a person studies hard, he gets 100% marks. It may happen that he does a business, earns a lot of money. It may happen that he studies hard, works hard, but he may not get the 100% mark, or he may not get a lot of money. But there is a satisfaction of doing a devoted work. That is very important. जे पुढते पुढते पार्था ते सकळ लोक संस्था रक्षणीय सर्वता म्हणून या. Now, if you are doing in a fully devoted work, you get a satisfaction. And when you gain the people, you happen to gain the righteous people in your relationships, all the righteous people who are walking on the path of Paramartha. And if it doesn't happen, then you are trying to gain something and they are trying to gain something, then that becomes a business. Then that becomes the transaction. It is not. Loka Sangra is not transaction. You give me something, I shall give you something. No, it is not like that. Even those people, they do not expect anything from him, and he also expects nothing from them. मार्गाधारे वर्तावे विश्व हे मोहरे लावे अलौकिक नोहावे लोकांप्रती. We remain on the Paramarthic path. For example, that Vidwan, that realized soul, he does everything like every human beings do the work. They are apart from this world, but still they live like a common man only. Alaukik nohave lokam prati. He is a very important person for the God, but he never shows that he is very important person for the God. Simple meaning of this is like this. Na buddhivedam janayeda dnyanam karma sanginam joshayet sarva karmani vidvan yukta samacharam. So now what happens that if you happen to live with a lot of people, so there are some people who trust God, some have faith in God. Somebody they do not trust. They feel, oh, Dnyaneshwari and all these things, he's a scientist, but he chants the name of God. They find out mistakes in those people. So how to live with them and how to live with them, that is also very important. Now, first thing you should do is that whether this kind of people are there or this kind of people, you should do all your work with full devotion, with full perfection as much as possible. And do not create any diversion or any kind of, a path that will confuse anyone. Don't do all this such work. Why? Because जे साहसी स्तन्य सेवी ते पक्वान्य केवी जीवी म्हणून बाळका जैसी नेदावी धनुर्धरा. What happens? That a newborn baby is there. He happens to get feed on the milk. That child cannot digest the food made for the adults. So like that, you should behave in such a fashion that even common man, those people who trust you, do not trust you, having faith, no faith, having faith, all these people should feel he is doing a proper work. Good work, righteous path, and that has been bounded by all the ethics and values, and those have humanitarian values as well. Okay, don't digress yourself of doing anything that is confusing the people straight away. तशी कर्मी जय अयोग्यता तयाप्रती नैष्कर्म्यता न प्रगटावी खेळता आदि करू नये. Now you see, many times people tell, secrets of, maybe business, maybe paramartha or whatever it may be. The people who are interested in business, they will follow those rules and they will try earn money. Those who are interested in paramartha, if the secrets are told, they will follow those things and they happen to move on the paramarthic path and they can become enlightened soul as well. But there are people who try to find out mistakes in the others. They will try to laugh at you. Oh, he's telling these things. Okay. Now for them, my mother used to always say that even if you give nectar to them, $1 billion to them, still they will find out mistake in you. So leave them aside. Be on our paramarthic path. तेथे सत्क्रियाची लावाई अशी तेची एकी प्रशंसा नैष्कर्मी दावावी आचरणे. So your behavior, your deeds speak louder than your words. That is the most important thing. And you should be always on the righteous path only. तया लोक संग्रहा लागी वर्तता कर्मसंगी तो कर्मबंधु आंगी वाजेलना. So you should have loka sangra. You should have a lot of friends and all these people. But you should be always remaining on the righteous path as well. And then only you do the righteous work and all the things which are into the ethics and values of all this Sanatan Dharma, Indian values, for example, and moral and ethics and values are there. On that path you are there. You are doing all the work, but you do not get attached to the results of that, and whether you pass or fail or all those things. That do not get attached to you, because by becoming yogi, you are bhakta, you are doing all the work, and your work becomes the God's work only. जैसी बहुरूपिया राव राणी स्त्री पुरुष भावो नाही मनी परी लोक संपादनी तैशीची करते. Bahurupi means you are performing various kinds of roles in your life. I have seen the example. It is not example of Swami. My Swamiji means Madhava. And it happened to him as well. But I have seen other person who also happened to be the enlightened soul. What happened? And you might have heard about this many times. Or maybe you might have seen, okay. What happened? 9 o'clock this person came, being an enlightened soul. People used to come and meet him. Somebody said, uh, you know, he said, who? A son is born. Okay, this is a sweet bit he had. He was happy. Then a couple of person later, a person came. You told me to keep work hard. I got a job. Sweet mate. Another person came. Today also I didn't get a job. I will have to again work hard for another company. So at that time, this enlightened soul said, maybe that company was not meant for you. That job was not meant for you. You think in that way. He started working hard. He got a job somewhere else. Then another person came. Then he said that someone among his relative has expired and all those things. So he started crying. He also started crying. At the end of the day, it was 5:30. He said, his younger sister or someone was there. She said, you didn't have your food at 1 o'clock. It is 5:30, 9 o'clock. These people, they don't realize that though you are sadhu or sant or whatever, but you are also a human being. You require food. You look at them like this. I look at them like this. I cannot digest their love. They are coming and telling everything in their lives. They are so much devoted to me. Means, you see, it is a same person, how people look at them. Because younger sister is there, that is why she has to take care of her brother and all those things are there. But they look at him, how she is also speaking with love, they are also speaking with love only. Devotion, the devotion towards God, devotion and love towards the God. Like that body has been looked after. A sister with this and the devotees with like that. So, I mean, you see how you look at that person, how you look at every work, that is also important. Another thing, you see what happened, even, I don't know why it happens, maybe in India or anywhere else. Jithe pikte tithe khapat nahi, means where it is produced, it is not sold there. It is sold anywhere around the world, but it is not sold at the place it is being manufactured. For example, this is what is the proverb in Marathi. What happened? That it is before 1988, you can say. At that time, everybody used to have cycle. Then came the two-wheeler and all those things. Revolution came. So in a queue, all the cycles were kept. One cycle was kept behind, and someone came with his two-wheeler and started blaming all these people gathered together. Scientists and professors and all these people are there, and they gather in front of those Swami and listen to pravachan and all those things. Next day, immediately, one person used to take care of not only the cycles but even the chappals, because chappals means the sandals and shoes and all those things. Somebody's sandals were stolen and all those things happened. So one person used to be there who look after all this and look after all this. Then slowly the gathering of people increased to listen to the discourse of Swamiji. So one speaker was kept outside. So this person who is looking after the chappal also was listening to the pravachan. By that way, Swamiji literally, practically solve the problem of how to implement your work as a worship. You are looking after the chapel, you are looking after the cycles. They should not fall and they are not improperly been kept at their place. So you are doing this, at the same time you are listening to pravachana, the discourse. So that has become work is worship. So then they divided the work, who will do this, who will do that, and all those things. Implementation of Paramartha in daily life. How to remain on the righteous path. Do your work. Whether you are cooking, whether you are studying, whether you are doing your duty, whether you are, which kind of duty, it doesn't matter. Whether you are sewing the chappal, the sandals or shoes, whether you are offering the puja, means you are doing the work in the temple. Everything happens to be the puja of God. So you see, Brahman, Vaishya, Shudra, Kshatriya, all the four varnas are there, just they are not varna. These are part to go to the walk on the Paramartha and to achieve the Brahma Jnana. In fact, everybody does these kinds of things every day. Everybody wears the shoes or chappal. Everybody washes hand. Everybody goes, take a bath. Everybody, and then they clean their teeth. They have food. They study. They read something. They listen something. Those are all activities belongs to the God only. God belongs to the activity. He is expecting good work from us. It becomes so pleasing work that God becomes happy. It happened many a time. You feel happy when you do something good. That is a real joy. That is the work offered to the God. And the real happiness also should be in a sukarma, satkarma only. The real joy should not be in killing or stealing or bluffing someone. So you remember all this thing. That you should be on the path of Paramartha and you should get the real joy. Even in Loka Sangraha, a leader should be taking everybody to the Paramarthik Marga and getting enlightenment and become a realizing soul only. Other leaders are not called leaders in this Paramartha Marga. Real leaders are Sant Dnyaneshwari, Samartha Ramdas, Shri Krishna, all these people. Now somebody asked, sir, if you do all these things and someday, sometime, your name will not be left. That is the last thing to, you are trying to protect. So if the Dnyaneshwari's name is taken, Shri Krishna's name is taken, our names are taken because we belong to them. We are devoted to them. We become one with them. So it is one and the same thing. Okay. So त्या लोकसंग्रहालागे वर्तता कर्मसंगीत तो कर्मबंधो अंगी वाजेलेना. So if you do happen to live with the people, you behave properly, and जैसे बहुरूपिया राव राणी स्त्री पुरुष भाव नाही म्हणी पण लोक संपादनी करती तैशी करती. So the example I gave you that from 9 to 5:30 that enlightened soul was there. So his sister said later, so are you an actor? He said, why you are saying that? People came, then you started crying with them if they were crying. You started laughing with them when they were laughing. So that's the purity of mind these people have. They get sad with the sadness of people. They get happy with happiness of people. That much pure mind they have. Okay, so when you happen to be living with the people, you should always remain on the righteous path, Paramarthik path as well. Okay, we'll go to next one. Prakriti kriyamani gune karmani sarvasha ahankar vivudatma karta midive manyate. Ahankar means egotism and all those things. Okay, now if you get attached to the body and you say that I am doing everything and that is why it is happening, then wherever the ego is there, the peace is not there. All fantastic things start happening. Now if Arjuna says, because of me Shri Krishna told the Gita, Khatam. He never said that. In fact, he was chanting the Krishna inside all the times, 24/7. And that is why Shri Krishna told Gita to him. He didn't want to lose Shri Krishna. That if I do bad thing, I might lose Shri Krishna. And that is why I am not going to do any bad thing. And then ego is there, God is not there. God is there, ego is not there. Simple equation. A human being minus Paramartha is equal to 0. A human being plus Paramartha is equal to infinite. Simple equations. देखिए पुढीलाचे ओझे जरी आपुला माथा घेजे तरी सांगे कान दाटीजे धनुर्धरा. Now you happen to be doing some work. For example, lady is doing the cooking something. That work has been assigned by God to her. She does it as if it is the work of God. Then she remains happy. If she thinks, why I am only? Khatam. When that pressure is there, that weight is there, you are gone. You start crying, doing all the fantastic things. Similarly, a person, for example, he thinks, why I am only going to do duty and going to earn money? gone. You try to remember that when the kids are there, parents are there, everybody is there, at that time a job is there, then you are earning from there and God has assigned you to do that work. Maybe you didn't have a job if they were not there. You would have been wandering on the roads. Just simple example. तरी सांगे का न दाटीचे धनुर्धरा. So don't take it as a tension or you are doing a work as a bodily, you are very important or all those things. No. You are just been assigned the work by God. तैसी शुभाशुभे कर्मे जिये निफजती प्रकृती धर्मे तिये मूर्ख मती भ्रमे मी करता म्हणे. Now whatever work been assigned to you, so if you happen to be full, then you say I am the doer. No, all the deeds, good deeds in fact, are done by the God, the representative of God only. Simple. ऐसा अहंकारादि रूढ एकदेशी मूढ तया हा परमार्थ गुण प्रकटावाना. Now there are people who happen to do, then who is doing? There are people who say, who is doing? I am doing, that is why it is happening. There are people who say that. Then if these kinds of people are there, then don't tell the secrets of the Paramartha in front of them. Like, it is not applicable to only Paramartha, everywhere also. There are secrets of study to remember a lot. The people who want to remember only will see that video or that they will try to know. The secrets of earning more money. The business-minded people, they will look at that, they will implement in their life. They will. Similarly, those people who happen to be walking on the path of Paramartha, they will try to understand the secrets and they will implement it in their lives. If you happen to tell these things to others who are not interested, who are always finding a fault and all this, they will find out, oh, this is foolish things. These are foolish things, sorry. I mean, they are there, they are always there to blame and all those things are there. हे असो प्रस्तुत सांगितलेलं तुझं हित ते अर्जुना देऊनी चित्त अवधारिपा. So these are the secrets I am telling you. Just listen to me carefully with full devotion. तत्वइत्तु महाबाहो गुणकर्म विभागयो गुणा गुणेषु वर्तन्ते इति मत्वा न सज्जते. I already tell you, गुणकर्म means Brahman, Vaishya, Shudra, Kshatriya. These are all paths to achieve the enlightenment. And everybody is walking on all these four paths. Everybody cleans hand, okay? Everybody does the devotion to God. Everybody does some kind of transaction every day, buying something and selling something or whatever it may be. Money transaction is there. And everybody is fighting with the bad habits of himself and trying to be on the good path. Kshatriya Dharma, all the four dharmas. Everybody is behaving on this, all the four paths every day. Okay? So don't take it that they are born as Brahmin or born as Shudra or Kshatriya. No, it is not like that. These are all paths to achieve the enlightenment. Okay? So, Guna Karma Yoga. So, this work they have been assigned because of their qualities and skills and all those things. I already told you, no? That taking care of chappal and shoes and taking care of that, those cycles. It doesn't matter whether you are Brahmin or Vaishya, Shudra or Kshatriya. If that work is assigned to you, you have to do it. That's all. That becomes your work is worship. Practical Vedanta. Practical Geeta. Practical Gyaneshwari. Practical Dasbodh. This is real practical. This is a real life. And where we are going, we don't know now. You have to come on this path. That's all. That is the best solution. ते तत्व ज्ञानियाच्या ठाई तो प्रकृती भाव नाही जेथ कर्मजात पाय निपजत असे. Okay, so as per your prakriti, this work have been assigned to you, but at the same time, those people who are Brahmavit, those who are living for the God, who are doing work for the God, for them, these things doesn't get attached to him. And he doesn't, get involved in all these fantastic activities. He is not interested whatever is happening behind him and so many places. There might be some people who are gathering together and blaming. Suppose a person is here. Suppose Ashish is there. I don't know what is happening behind me. And I'm not going to look at that as well, because my work is to remain on the Paramarthik path that has been assigned to me by God Himself. Okay? ते देहाभिमानु सांडुनी गुणकर्मे ओलांडुनी साक्षीभूत होनी वर्तती देही. They get rid of their body self as ego as a body. I am this, I am that, I am powerful, I am having money, I am this, I am that, and all those. He's not bounded by all these things. Gunakarme olandani sakshibhut honi vartiti de. Last time we saw about sakshibhut, the Turiya Avastha. In Turiya Avastha, you can see the Prakriti and Purush as well. At the borderline you are there, and you are doing all the things. You are alipta as well, you are detached as well, and doing all the work. And you understand that God is doing all this work, and you remain detached with the whatever happens and whatever karma fall is there. म्हणून शरीरी जरी होती तरी कर्मबंधा नाकळीते जैसा का भूत चेष्टा गबस्ती घेपवेना. Last time we saw another side of this, the example of the clouds are there, the rain falls on the mother earth only, and still the sun gets behind the clouds and it is not visible on the mother earth. But the rain falls on the mother earth, it doesn't touches the sun. It is how much away? It's so much away, from the mother earth. The clouds cannot touch the sun as well. Like that, this person happens to be doing all the work, Shuddha Karma, the pure and pious work only, and he can see that what kind of work is going on, and he remains detached. Like the sun is there in the sky, and cloud is raining and all the things are happening on the mother earth. Like that, his body is doing all the work, but he remains detached. How beautifully it is written. My goodness. Yeah, same meaning it is given. Okay. So, Prakrute Guna Mudha Sajjande Guna Karmasu Tan Krishna Vido Mandan Krishna Vid na Vichalayit. Okay. So, there are people, 99% of the internet you go, you will see that this is what it looks, they are talking about money, politics, wars, and all the fantastic things. There are very less people who are doing all this pious work and all those things. Because, why it happens? Because these people, they like rich people, they like powerful people, they like wars and watching those, they like the games of wars as well. They like all these things. I mean, for Kshatriya, that is the war and getting trained for all these things. A soldier is there. That is different. Okay, but you see, why the people, even these, government jobs, nobody can, not everybody can get the government job. Not everybody can become powerful. Not everybody can be a billionaire. And those who happen to be there, how they have earned that power or money, or that is also a different issue that we are not attached to, and that we are not going to discuss. What we are going to discuss, that why people get attracted to that, and why they do not get attracted to the God, the God living inside them. That is because, now he has given the reason, because they get infatuated with that. Mohit means they get so much attracted towards that they feel, oh, what a power, 100 bodyguards, oh, what a power, he comes by the aeroplane or helicopter of himself, or all those things. You might have seen that all across the world. What a powerful, he has got, he has the what, that suitcase, the football of atom bombs. Is it the power? Is it the power, real power? Is the destruction real power, or taking care of all is the real power? In one of my poems, I said that, this world doesn't require war, but we require, war and warfare, but this world requires the welfare. That is a real power. Achieving sustainable development goals, going to Moon, Mars and beyond, establishing ourselves over there, taking care of the whole human civilization, taking care of the Mother Earth. That is real power. Power is not to show, power has to be seen, has to be felt. The power of God, it has to be felt. You have to feel it. Man, who is running all these infinite universes? You suppose, if you think the power is not there, you try to control the Mother Earth. Can you do 4.5 billion years the same work? Every day, sunrise, sunset is there and all these things are there. Okay. So those who feel this real power, they do not get attracted with all these fantastic things that I say all the times. It never attracts. Money, power and all these things, it never attracts the real people. Okay, that is required. They will do their job. They will earn as much money as they require. But at the same time, sometimes too much show off can kill that profession. Remember, it earlier happened and in future also it is going to happen. Sometimes, there are sometimes when the sadhus and saints used to get a lot of respect. Then some politician used to get the respect. Then soldiers used to get the respect. Those who are cleaning, the roads, they got the respect. Then those who are living in the jungle, they used to get the respect. It happens. But at the end of the days, and at the end of the life, becoming one with the God, yogi, bhakta, and getting mukti is very important. That is what Shri Krishna is saying, and now even Dnyaneshwari Maharaj is also saying. Eta karmi tochi limpe jo guna sambrame ghepe prakriti se ni atope vartutu ase. Means the person who remain in this world, live in this world, he happens to do all the work, but he doesn't get attached to the materialistic things. He happens to find the real self, real work. Becoming work is worship. He is interested in that only. Okay, so let us try to remain on the path of Paramartha. Try to become yogi, the bhakta, even living in this body. That is why the real Paramartha is when that is what the Dnyaneshwari Maharaj and Shri Krishna is telling to us. Thank you very much.